This episode contains sensitive content regarding mental health and eating disorders. Please be advised. Hi, I'm Sophie.
And I'm Joe.
And welcome back to Spilled! Today, we are going to be talking about imposter syndrome, which is something I feel like is very common in my own life. I don't know about you. But first, let's introduce our guest for today. Tell us your name, your major. Yeah, that stuff.
And a fun fact. And
Sure, a fun fact.
Sure. I'm Abby Sewell, and I'm a marketing major here at UC, and I actually also run cross country and track here at UC
She
as well.
does. Yes.
So, and my favorite ice cream is Rhino's ice cream.
Oh, yeah, Rhino's is really good. Me and Abby go further back than, like, I've not kept,
Extremely far back.
like, we went to the same preschool.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Like, that's how far back.
Yeah.
And we became friends in, like, the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
But I knew of you
Yeah,
before
because I
then.
started doing theater because of you. Because my mom was like,
It's like the main reason that everything happened and how we were friends and stuff. Crazy. Because our moms were kind of connected.
Yeah.
Crazy how moms
Wait,
make things happen.
Sophie's mom knows everyone.
She really
the
does,
moral of the
honestly.
story.
Anywho, so today, yes, we are talking about imposter syndrome. And to kind of explain what this is, it's a thought or sort of repeated thought, I guess, depending on how you experience it. Kind of like thinking you don't deserve to be where you are or in the position you're in or have the things you have sometimes. I don't know, stuff like that. So I know I personally feel this all the time, every day. But I kind of wanted to go around and see how each of us experience it in our own lives, just briefly before we get into things.
I mean, yeah, I feel like art school, like, that's, like, notorious for imposter syndrome. They pretty much, like, any YouTube video, any vlog of art people or of them showing their daily lives, there's some form of imposter syndrome when they're like, guys, like, if you go to art school, like, just know you will compare yourself, you will face imposter syndrome, like, there's gonna be so many people around you that are so talented that you're gonna be like, you're gonna question why you are where you are. But I
Very
feel
well
like
said.
my major really is like, it's just like almost like it comes with it, like there's a warning.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I feel like I've always been involved in a world where comparison, I like that you brought that up, is just so prevalent. And you can't help but compare yourself. And I feel like that's just like our lives, like, on a daily basis. Like, there's social media, there's so much stuff in the world that you can't really go a day without, like, looking at something on your phone or just, like, looking at a classmate, just being like, why don't I look like them? Or they have this and they have this purse. Like, I wish I had that purse.
Yeah.
But I guess personally, looking at just, like, all the things that I've been involved in, I've been in theater my whole life, and that's just, like, a space where, like, comparison, like, just kind of consumes you. Especially as I got older, you become more aware of, like, what's necessary and or how you need to be good, or, you know, what is successful, and then you compare yourself and be like, oh, I need to do this and do it a certain way to be successful. And then now I'm in cross country, which that was just like, I feel like that kind of has imposter syndrome in its own ways, but, you know, I mean, whenever you're in a high level sport, it's just like there's literally always someone better than you, And there's always somebody who's doing more than you, or have more medals or achieving more things, or just getting better opportunities. So it's really the comparison, I feel like.
I think the like way you get over it kind of is when you're like, you have to sort of recognize, like, especially when it's something based on your abilities, like sports or art or theater, that you're always going to get better. Like, there's always room to improve. And I think once you go about it that way, or it can be easier to ignore the imposter syndrome. But
Yeah, for sure. I know, like, the thing you said about theater, obviously we were in all the same shows together. Literally, so
Wait, literally, what show did we not do together, actually?
none of them, except
Well,
maybe one.
What was...
Shrek.
did you
Oh,
not do
facts.
Shrek?
No.
No, that was, probably the best one. Just kidding.
Why didn't you do Shrek?
I missed out.
You didn't
I've already
miss out.
done Shrek.
Shrek's the best musical out there.
Anyways, so because we were in the same shows, I feel like you'd understand. I honestly, so much imposter syndrome from that. I think that goes with anything creative. I can't personally speak on like other majors, but I know that at least I feel it a lot in media production. I just like, especially right now, we're in peak time when we're creating things, and oh my gosh, I've never felt more imposter syndrome in my life. I just think it's so hard when I know that there's only 39 people in my freshman class and so many applicants, and I'm like, okay, should I even be here? Like, I actually think that all the time. And obviously everyone around you is so talented, has so many different experiences that they've gone through, and like, yeah, there are people that are better than me. And I just kind of have to face that. Just all the pressure around feels like,
Yeah.
Is this
why
the
are you
right-
here?
Yeah.
Why are you here? Because there's
just
no
so
world
much talent
in
that
which,
you're like,
yeah. So, I don't know, because you are in a creative major. Please touch on that, because especially with fine arts, I just feel like that there's so much
talent, like,
talent.
it's hard because it's something where I think I'm just definitely I've overcome a lot of comparison, so I don't really get it anymore. But there's definitely been points in my life where like I've had to take a step back from art because it was getting so bad. It was like, I can't do this. I also, because I rode, like, do you know what that is?
Like biking?
Rowing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said, like...
Rowing.
And
Well, I guess rode, but
Like,
I thought you meant like rode a bike. But
no,
like
rowing.
row.
Like,
no,
Row.
I was,
That's
the sport.
hard.
And
That's crazy.
the thing is with rowing, what people don't understand who don't row is that it's on a different level
workout.
of imposter syndrome, because you can have someone who's never rowed in their life and they will be put on the top boat just because they can be naturally good at rowing. And I think that is really hard, because then the whole idea of like you can work to get to that spot can be just like ignored because someone just walked in and took that spot. So I think with that, like, imposter syndrome to that extent has helped me do art and not get imposter syndrome.
okay, I
But
see what you mean.
I think that it's really easy to just like sort of compare yourself to your like friends who are in creative fields and are just so talented. But I also want to ask you, like, have you ever thought that someone might think that about you and been like, oh my God, she's so talented, like, why am I here?
I haven't actually thought about it in that perspective. But like, even now, the imposter syndrome's like, nobody's thinking that.
But like,
You know what I mean?
I guarantee you there's someone out there who's like, wow, she's like really good at this. Like, I wish I was as good as her in this.
Potentially.
Definitely.
I actually would like to ask you though. So, to me, it feels like there would be a lot of like imposter syndrome on such a high level sport in college too. So like, would you like to touch on that a little?
Yeah, so when you said that we were doing this topic, I was like, oh, this is so funny because, like, I've been, like, struggling so bad because basically in a few weeks, I'm going to go to Portland, Oregon, and I'm going to run in the U.S. Cross-country championship selection meet.
Snaps all
Guys, it's
around.
okay, anybody can run in this meet, but it's basically to qualify for like the world championships. So like it's like, I guess it's like Olympics, but not really, but it's like, you know, the whole USA, Team USA type beat, like kind of like cool stuff, I guess. But I've just been like I had the choice to go or not, and it was just like for a few days I was like really like struggling. Like I was like in full stress mode, like panicking, like do I go? Like what am I good enough? Like what if I go and I don't like qualify, and then it's just like, I mean, they like traveled me out there just to like what, like fail? Like I don't even know if I belong here. Like I've only been running for real for like 2 years. Like
Yeah, which is crazy, by the way. Just commenting on the growth. You guys don't even understand. Like, anyways, sorry.
Yeah, a little backstory. I started running my sophomore year of high school, but it didn't really become like something that I was good at until my senior year of high school. And I don't know, I've always loved it, but then I just like kind of like locked in, I guess. But it became like a comfort for me, and I just like fell into the sport, and yeah, so that's why I'm here and running for the school, whatever. But that's also why I feel like I get a lot of imposter syndrome, is because it's so new and I literally still feel like a baby, and I'm constantly told like you're still learning, like you have really not done this too much, you're still learning how to race, and that was like the whole, my freshman year was just like learning. Like I never ran a 6K this year, and now I'm racing 6Ks instead of 5Ks. I'm like constantly like looking around, and I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll put on my backpack, or like I'll pick up my UC cross country uniform, and I'll just be like, what is even going on? Because like a year ago today, like I was thinking about applying to UC to go to CCM,
Yeah.
not to like run cross.
Because she's incredibly musically talented as well. Let's note that
Oh my God.
But
right here,
never
right now.
good enough to get into CCM.
Yes, you would have. I'm
I don't
attesting.
even need to listen. I know you are.
I'm attesting.
Trust me.
You would for sure get into CCM.
No, but that's okay because I don't belong there.
My thing is though,
Literally what?
I thought that
Guys.
about being an art major. Like before going in, I was like, I don't belong there. Like I haven't really been into art. Like I kind of lost my like passion to do art for a really long time, and then just recently got back into it. So I was like, I felt the same way about art, and then just jumped into it.
Can I just say, I literally like worship like art people, because I'm like, I genuinely don't understand how like you can be so good at art, and two, it's just like so like it takes so much like time, and then like it's also like so like intricate, but it's also like so creative, and you have to be so creative, and it's just like I genuinely like am in awe of people who can do
I
art.
feel the same
and,
way
like,
about musically inclined people.
But like seriously, like anybody, low key anybody can learn to sing, but like yes, you
Like learn to
says
sing.
someone
Yeah.
who can sing.
Learn to sing. Yeah. I'm just saying like
People can learn to sing.
yes. Okay. Yes. You can learn.
Thank you. But like I like put me in an art class. No.
I feel like though
That also
anything-
takes time to grow talent for that too.
Yeah.
But that's a different muscle in your
well,
brain.
But it's also just like you like
well, I think that's a whole thing is like, that's another thing that you have to realize is like someone can have so much immense talent for a subject. It could be a sport, it could be like drawing, it could be painting, it could be professional ice skating, and like anything.
Period.
But if you compare that to someone who is genuinely loves what they are doing and is putting in hours, minutes, whatever seconds into whatever they're doing, that person can be equally as good as the person who's passionate, if not, or has the natural born talent, if not better. So I think when like that's like really what you have to realize in when you are facing imposter syndrome is like, maybe I'm not as good as them right now, but I know that I can be.
Grow.
Yeah, I know I can be
grow.
better. I know that I can get better. Like, it's not about where I am now. It's about where I'm gonna be.
yeah.
That's on period.
I
Actually.
agree. And the thing is, like, with imposter syndrome, I think, like, ways that, like, I try and, you know, like, snap out of it or, you know, I realize you have to realize everybody brings something to the table. Like, you are your own person and nobody else is like you. And that's good enough. And that's how it should be.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a piece to a puzzle. And you know, like you're not every piece is the same.
No, that's also something.
that's a really good analogy.
I had to go through. I told my roommate basically that because she was struggling in the beginning of the semester. She just basically was having a hard time. She's in architecture, and that's really a lot of work. But she was basically just struggling on this project, and I told her, and I'm sure you guys have this experience of like, because I feel like media production encompasses so much. But I told her, I was like, someone could be really good at line work, but you could be better at like building something than
Yeah.
them. Like there are so many different talents, and like that's the thing with like art. There's so many different forms of it that it's like, okay, someone could be really good at drawing or, you know, coloring, whatever, but then someone else could be really good at like photography and filming
Yeah.
and like, so you don't really know. Like when you are comparing yourself, like you sort of have to understand that you definitely have your strengths and they might have their weaknesses that you just aren't seeing.
Yeah. And I think you media production, like exactly what you said, encompasses everything. Like there's people who are in there for audio and audio track. There's people who are in there for the film track. There's people that are in there for multimedia. That's everything to me, and that's more impressive than all of them because that means you're doing everything. So the issue that I have, I guess, not issue, just like the imposter syndrome problem is since it gets more specified when you go up in the years, but right now you have to take every single course. And so going into all these different classes where some people are so advanced in audio and you're in those classes with those, and then there's the film classes where people like that's their strength, and then there's all these other things and you're like, you're in the classes where everyone is good at something. I don't even know if film's my focus or if I really like audio too, so it's just hard,
But that's why you're here to figure
but that's
it out.
I guess why I'm here. This podcast is presented by El Vaquero.
Authentic Mexican dining just steps off of UC's campus on Short Vine.
Visit El Vaquero today at 2845 Short Vine Street and follow them online at El Vaquero Clifton. El Vaquero, the best in Cincinnati. So another thing that I feel like is really big is, at least that I'm feeling right now, going into college, everything's new, and you have to build a bunch of new relationships and friendships. I don't know if this is just me, but I feel a lot of imposter syndrome with my like friendships and relationships as well, not just like with school or like getting compliments or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
okay,
I agree. Well, being like, it's just like college, okay, personally, it's just like, that's kind of all that I hear, like, when I go to class and I try to make friends in class, like, everybody's talking about, like, partying and what they did this weekend, and I'm like, I went to bed, and then I woke up and ran 9 miles. You know,
Yeah.
like, it's not, like, interesting.
We're not the same.
Not as interesting. Like,
yeah.
nobody really wants to hear about that or be friends with somebody who's, that's, like, their schedule. They're constantly like, oh, sorry, I'm actually in Kansas. Oh, sorry, I have practice at 6 a.m. Oh, I have a hard workout. Like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to have relationships when you're in, like, such a, like, when your schedule is just, like, so.
Constantly.
Yeah.
You're constantly doing stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think, though, that that's made you closer with, like, the other people who do track?
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
Our team is close, but it's also, I mean, it's from freshmen to
Yeah.
seniors, and running is a little different than like other sports.
Like a team.
It's
sort of,
not. It's
yeah.
very individualized.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So, and I mean, it has to be, because everybody's on a different like
Yes.
level.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody holds that against each other. Like nothing. Like that's not like you would think it could like create beef, which like it could, but like for our team it doesn't. Like
Yeah.
it's just like standard. Like it just is what it is, and like everybody's fine with it, and everybody's focused on like what they need to do, which is good.
Own.
But that's why it also kind of like puts people apart, because people do have their own goals,
Yeah.
and running kind of allows for people to like have leeway with how they want to live their lives. So like people, I definitely have different like goals than like other people on my team. So I feel like, and I mean we're all in different majors as well,
So
so
it's,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
there's a
different
lot
interests.
of differences.
so
Yeah.
okay, but like, can you talk about sorority? Because I've been hearing about it, and I just like, I feel like that's like a whole area that I don't even
Like
know about.
imposter syndrome with sorority.
Yeah.
Ooh, I feel like that was a big thing with like bid day and like where I don't think, at least for me, I knew the house TPA where I ended up was where I was meant to be. I don't think, like, I wouldn't change that in a heartbeat,
Yeah.
but I do know, and I'm sure you know, that there were definitely people who were like, I got put into a house that I'm not supposed to be in, that I don't feel like I belong in.
Yeah.
Each house is very different, and that's something you don't realize until you're in the recruitment process and you're meeting everyone. But each house is so different. So when girls don't get the house that they want, it genuinely is because they don't feel like they
Fit the
mesh,
vibe.
yeah, with those people. And I think that can create a lot of imposter syndrome of like, oh, I don't belong here. These people aren't my people. Like, I don't sort of understand why I'm here, why I got put here.
I know that for me in sorority life, I'm gonna be honest, I never like pictured in my future that I would be in a sorority. Now that I'm in one, it's kind of like odd mentally. It's not really that odd, but especially when you're in a creative major and that's just not exactly, people don't put those two things together.
Oh my god. I don't know, but I definitely relate to that a lot of like trying to like, I don't know, just be like these two worlds, people don't see them colliding at all.
But I guess, like, back to the topic, I'm sorry. With friends in college and things like that. Yeah, this has actually arisen just in college. Because you have a whole new, not a whole new version of yourself, but you have to, like,
Yeah.
you know, you're
Yeah.
presenting yourself for the first time to people.
Yeah.
And I guess when I first made friends, it came naturally, and that doesn't exactly, like, I heard from people that that wasn't coming naturally to a lot of other people. And so then I was like, this can't be right. Then the imposter syndrome kicked in,
Kicked in.
I still feel like, man, how did I even get here? Like, maybe they don't actually like me. Maybe we're not that good of friends. And then also, like, romantic relationships. I know that might sound weird, but think
No,
about
I
it.
get it.
I feel like,
No, I just can't relate.
girl, like, barely me either. But I'm saying, like, anytime that situation kind of arises, then I second guess myself and I overthink because I'm thinking this couldn't be happening to me.
Just, I can be, well, I don't even want to say too much, but I just, yes, I
Just
understand. I
Just
get it.
yes,
Like,
period.
sometimes you can be so just like in denial of like this would be happening to you that you almost just, it like flies right over your head. You're like, no, it can't be me. And then it happens and you're like, oh, hey, guys. Anyway. But I don't know if you guys have this experience, but when I'm in a friendship and sometimes I feel like I get a little bit of anxiety right before I'm about to ask someone to hang out for the first time and just one-on-one. I'm like, I don't know if we're on this level yet. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if we're here.
And you
I don't
start
get
questioning
nervous
yourself.
to like hang out. Like I get
Yeah.
nervous to hang out with
You're
people.
like, it's like a first date. Like,
Yeah.
even when it's with friends, you're like, this is,
I feel like it's worse with friends, TBH,
Because
sometimes.
those could be your
Because
lifelong.
I care more. Okay, personally,
they could be your bridesmaids, and you.
exactly. I care more about like making a good impact like on a possible friend than like
Yeah.
I would a guy. Because like
Yeah.
a guy's opinions have become like
Yeah.
a speck of dust. It's like at this point,
Yeah.
like at this point,
Yes. Oh my
Thanks,
god.
dude.
because like truly, like the only thing that matters is like I just want a friend. Like
Yeah, I just want to like.
Especially
I just
with
wanna
moving
hear-
into college and stuff.
yeah,
But also something that I feel like is equally important that I want to mention and I want your opinion on is the kind of correlation between imposter syndrome leading to self-sabotage and like not having confidence because you're kind of going into it with this mindset of like I don't deserve this, I can't be in this position, whatever. So you subconsciously or consciously self-sabotage so that it doesn't happen anyway. And then you never gain confidence to like actually make it to where
yeah.
you think you don't deserve to be but like could be.
yeah. Okay.
Speak please.
Wow. So yeah. So I'm gonna just jump right into the sports situation. Just because this narrative applies so much to running, it's kind of insane. I want to say like it also relates back to theater, but like it's relating more now. Okay, I'll get there. We'll wrap.
She's got it.
So, in the running world, like running is a complete, like yeah, it's physically challenging, but it's one of the most mentally draining sports that you can do. If you are not mentally there, if you are not mentally engaged, if you are just like not ready to do the mental battle, you're not gonna go anywhere. Like truly, like you have to be so mentally tough to be able to do cross country or track, or for another example, swim, like those kind of sports. Like you have to like have the right mindset, because when you're running in a grass field for 20 minutes as fast as you can't really be thinking negative thoughts, because like if you're only thinking negative thoughts for 20 minutes straight, like while you're tired and beating yourself physically up by just like running and constantly being out of breath, like you're just going to drop out. You're just going to stop. Like you're going to stop running, you know? And like when you're going into like that space, like you have to like that's what like practice is for. It's like, yeah, we do these hard workouts, but the real reason why we do these hard workouts is, yeah, sure, to build your endurance, but also build your brain.
Yeah, your mental
Mm-hmm.
stability.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mental endurance, honestly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cuz when you like explain that, like you said you think that you can't do something and then you end up self-sabotaging yourself. For example, like the Big 12s.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I kind of self-sabotaged myself a little bit. I didn't have a bad race. Like, I wouldn't say, like, I did awful. Like, it's a Big 12 championships. Like, I was like, this is my first, like, big race. And I kind of just, like, the whole time, I was like, I know I'm not going to, like, be at the front. Like, I know I'm not going to, like, PR. It was a hard course. We had a long travel day. Like, in the week before, I was tired, and I was just, like, kind of, like, in a down moment. I was like, like, I'm just not good enough yet, and I was okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so when I went to go to the race, like, I had this, like, great chance, but I just, like, I had already had the mindset that I just, like, I was gonna get what I was gonna get, and it just was what it was, which is fine. Like, and I was like, I'm only a freshman, so it's, like, fine. But, like, if I went into it with a more positive mindset, like I did the regional race, for example,
Yeah.
or I guess even my first 6K race, like, that was a pretty good day. Like, I went in with, like, just the mindset of, like, I'm going to go in and, like, I'm going to do my best. Like, no matter what happens, like, I'm just going to keep working.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I can do this. Like, I've done the work. Like, I love racing. Like, this is what I love to do. So I'm going to do what I love to do. And then I do well, and that's the mindset. And, like, I achieve things. And, like, in the regional race, I PR'd by, like, 40 seconds. And it's, like, I got all region, and that's, like, crazy. Like, that's I still am, like, what? I don't even know how I got here. Like, I was 2 places away from nationals. I'm like, what? Genuinely, actually, what? Like, I'm not even saying that. Like, I feel like, see, I say that, I'm like, I'm bragging. No, I just actually
No,
don't even
And that
believe
is
this
your
is, like,
I get
mindset
it.
of imposter syndrome.
I just, like, I genuinely don't even believe, like, this is actually happening to me. But,
Like most of it is mental versus like
yeah.
yourself.
My coaches have always said, like, and I stand by this, your brain gives up before your body does, which is so true. And it's actually, like, scientifically proven. But it's just, like, your brain can give you your brain can literally controls your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, like, truly believe that, like, if you put your mind to something, like, your brain is so powerful, like, you can truly do anything. You just have to, like, believe it and in your brain.
Yeah. So a whole nother side of imposter syndrome that I feel like we haven't covered yet, because we've talked about college, we've talked about school, sports, theater, the arts. I kind of want to talk, yeah, I kind of want to touch on imposter syndrome in, like, society, especially as all 3 of us are young women right now in our lives. How have you guys felt the feeling of, oh, I don't deserve this, I don't belong here, or not feeling in place in the world because of how society kind of views women? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I think whether it be like you're viewing something on your social media, you can look at it, someone who has so many accomplishments and who's so talented, and just look at them and be like, wow, like I could never be like that, or I could never be like that. And then that person can just be struggling with themselves with everything that they've accomplished and that they have achieved. But
Yeah, I think the media just, like, there's just, like, so much of it, and there's so many stereotypes. And for women specifically, I'm being in college athletics, that comes with, I don't know if you've like heard of all about the like NIL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, pause. I don't. What is NIL?
NIL is name, image, and likeness.
Okay.
And NIL deals are like deals with companies. They just work with athletes to promote. It's like all the sponsorships that you see that the athletes get.
Okay.
And I feel like how I've been feeling, like how social media has been like impacting, like that is like I see like all the other people doing their videos or like their day in the lives and blah blah blah. And oh, another thing about day in the lives, like I just hate that like all of them are just like not real. Like
They're fake.
like
Yeah.
I feel like that's okay. I feel like that's such a thing right now is day in the lives, what I eat in the day, blah blah blah, my schedule, OOTD, and it's just like all like just people putting like their most like either their busiest day, their most structured day, a day that they've had planned out for 3 weeks just so they can make this video. They planned out every meal that they're gonna eat and every like stop that they're gonna make, and it's just like so like please just like
Shut up.
get me off of this like page, like please, like nobody actually cares about what you do in a day. And also it's just like, especially okay, what I've been seeing, there was like an era over the summer or something, there was like a specific era where the entire media was covered in women doing what I eat in a days,
Yeah.
and it was horrific. Like, and just like some women were doing it with the intention of like helping people, and some were just doing it because it was a trend, and then some were doing it basically to brag how much they don't eat, and some were bragging because they eat so much, and it's just like, and there were it's just like people don't understand that they can have such an impact on somebody's life, and like what you post does matter. Like yeah, like you're free to post whatever you want, but when it comes to like you knowing like how much this can affect somebody, like when you see these girls in the comment, like it's just like it genuinely broke my heart, because I was like, this is just like we are going in the complete opposite direction of like where, and coming from a person who has like struggled with that in the past, struggled a lot with food and like image, personal image, like it's just, and I know women especially struggle with image, just body image, just because, you know, I mean, like from the beginning of time, that's all people talked about when they referred to women, is like how they looked, what they did, like it was constantly comments about like what they were eating, like what they were wearing, like how much makeup they were wearing, like it's just like all people talked about. So the fact that for an era, for this period of time, we were just completely going back in time where all we could talk about was like somebody's appearance or like and how much they were working out or eating and how they were dressing, is just like I feel like that just had like a big impact on our society for a while, and I don't know, I felt it and I saw it like in a daily basis, because like people like my friends were like, I'm gonna make these videos, and it's just like, no, like let's like take a step back and like really think about like what we're doing and like like what you're trying to, what your real reason of posting these videos are, because
I do think, like, trigger warning here, I think that oftentimes a big thing with, like, eating disorders, there is this sort of aspect of you want to not, like, show people how skinny you are, but, like, kind of that. And I think that there is this competition with it, I think, and it is really sad, and it is really harmful to young girls of like, and the like what makes me mad is when people market that as healthy and people market as this is good for you, this is like what your body wants. No.
I just like thing with these videos is like they were also just like most of the time it's just like people, if you post these videos then you're basically saying like, oh, if you do what I do, like you're gonna look like me, which is not true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In any regards, because everybody's different, everybody's lives are different, period, whatever. Also, it's just the fact that like you're demonizing, you're just putting down other people essentially.
Yeah.
I feel like, why don't we just like let people like
Live their
lives?
Yeah.
Like, I just like don't understand why everybody is like harping on people to be the same. Why do we want to be the same? Why do we want to do the same things as this person? Like, if we were all the same people, like the world would be so freaking boring.
Right.
Like, have you seen all those movies where they're all like the same? Like, oh my god,
NPCs.
Wall-E, when they were like all on in the big spaceship and they were all like wearing the same clothes, eating the same thing, and just like
Never seen Wall-E. But
That's low-key,
like that was
wait,
and they were all
Yeah.
miserable.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Maybe they were making a comment on, like, society.
yeah, I feel like
I love
honestly,
Wall-E. Wall-E's the best movie on earth.
any dystopian movie or book, novel tackles like conforming, and they're all like hate everything and want to die.
Like,
Because
The
it's
Giver.
awful.
And then they have like a
Giver.
realization. Oh, The Giver was good.
1984 tackles it.
I love that book. I just think my like issue with all of this and how this kind of connects to imposter syndrome in a way is like
Yes, bring us back.
it is always gotta. I find
I
myself doing that
know.
every time.
Yeah,
But it's
I have
the
to.
greatest moment.
she keeps my ADHD in check.
I just think that the whole concept of all this media stuff and how people view women is that it kind of, I think, from a young age instills this imposter syndrome and lack of confidence and second guessing
Mhm.
into girls who are growing up in that specific area, at least. And that's so harmful. And I think that we seriously need to, like, as a society, reevaluate how we handle all of that. Media is, like, not going away, and there's unfortunately things like that happening all the time. I know you were mentioning summer. That hasn't gone away. It's been around. It just was majorly highlighted in summer for some reason.
Probably because of like
You know,
Summer bod.
yeah.
bikinis.
There's a whole culture with like
Summer.
getting
Yeah. Tone for
hot
the summer.
girl
Hate it.
fit.
Hate it.
Hot
hate
girl
it.
summer.
back to what you said. I think that the whole idea of like, oh, women have to work harder, like to earn their seat at the table, is a big thing with imposter syndrome.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Wow.
That was a big drop. Because media isn't going away, and honestly, it's going to get more filled with horrible things more and more. Like, I see it all the time. It's just going to get worse unless we start changing our perspectives on all of these things. Like,
You have to be proactive.
Period.
you have to. And feeding into
Period.
it's the worst thing you could do.
Period.
I hate when people feed into things like that or feed into anything just because it's a thing.
Yeah. a
Side
fad.
note,
Yep.
like, I'm not going to change.
Conformity is not cool. Sorry.
Facts. Be
Yeah.
unique. Sorry.
Stay original.
But, like, for real, imposter syndrome, at least for me, takes, like, a major toll on my life every day. And in so many different areas. And I think that it is something that everyone experiences at some point in their life, and sometimes, like, more than others. I think if we stop not talking about it, if we start talking about it more, which is why we're doing, this is my main spiel on why this podcast is the way it is, because I think that,
We talk about the hard things.
so, end of
I am
story.
the imposter.
Should that be the title of the episode? End of story. Like, stop feeding into things. Also, back to, like, the original concept. imposter syndrome is normal, and it happens a lot more than I feel like anyone thinks. And you don't have to be the only one that is thinking like, it's more than just imposter syndrome. It's like confidence, self-worth, all of it. And so if you are walking into a room and you think you don't belong, you're there for a reason. Even if you don't believe it in your head.
And you will always can get better. Like, you
There
can
is growth.
always be better. You can always get better and be the person that you want to be.
I'm
Yeah.
the biggest believer in everything happens for a reason. So if you are in the room that you are in, you are there for a reason.
Thank you so much for joining us, Abby.
Thanks so much for having me.
It was great having you. I was
loved
very
being here.
excited, obviously. You are our last guest for the season.
I know.
Our last
Season finale.
Yeah, you ended our
Fireworks.
season off. So
Bye.
anyways, bye guys.
Bye.